Thank you. Judge Mark Klass.
I too want to thank you for having us here. A lot of you I know, and a lot of you I've tried cases in front of, so my best advice was the ones of you that don't know me, talk to the ones that do, and I'll let their assessment speak for itself. As to the question, I'll just tell you, death is different and it's expensive. And as long as the legislature determines that's what we have to do, we just have to understand that. I read somewhere that put someone in prison for life ran around $400,000, put them to death around $3 million. So the economics of it is what we have. But what this state is doing by the capital offender program, we're getting better qualified attorneys trying these cases, so there's not as much error. My assessment is the state needs to do the same thing, and maybe even the judiciary, like the business court, to have certain judges just try those cases, certain prosecutors just prosecute them, and then the errors won't be as great, they won't cost near as much, and they won't take near as long. And that will save a lot of money. So as long as we have it, we've got to figure some way to move them through the system as expediently as we can. A first-degree case may take a week, and a capital case 6 or 8 weeks, just because of all the hoops you have to jump through. So that's something the legislature and the people of the state's got to decide. I'm from Lexington. I've been a Superior Court judge for 12 years. And try cases mostly in the western part of the state. And I would like to ask for your vote. I got a website, it's not much of one, but as good as I got is voteklass.com, and it's a piece of work in progress every day, I can tell you that. So thank y'all so much.
Thank you, Judge Klass. Judge Doug McCullough.
Thank you very much for having this forum. I think this is one of the best attended and most serious-oriented judicial forums that they have in the judicial campaigns. I can't tell you how many times you go to a county where there might be 50 or 100 people in a room, and you have to wait for the county commissioners and everything that really matters to them to have their 3 minutes before you get a chance to tell them. And here we have a group that's really committed to learning about what we do and is committed to the courts. And we applaud you for that and for the opportunity. I won't go into my background because I think most of you know my background as a federal prosecutor and as a former member of the Court of Appeals with over 800 opinions to my credit. So I think that you know my body of work, and I appreciate your endorsement in 2008 and would hope to get your support during this very complicated race. And I hope that you will also try to educate the people in your community even more than you normally do so about this particular race, because it is going to be the most confusing race on the ballot, and we're going to have a lot of uninformed voters. As you know, on this particular question, I've spent most of my career in the courts and a good bit in the criminal courts, and it is a difficult task to balance the rights and to be involved in administrative oversight of cost. I think this problem is going to be exacerbated by the issues that come out of the SBI laboratory investigation, because whereas defense attorneys may have not contested SBI lab results in many instances beforehand, they're going to be required, almost professionally required, to do so in the future. And that's going to be an additional cost. One of the things that can be done is take a look at the federal system. I'm a CJA panel attorney. I'm handling one of those terrorism cases in Raleigh. And the federal system, when it identifies a high-cost case, they require the attorneys to do some budgeting. And you go in and you budget what you're going to cost for experts, and you have to focus on what the real cost of the case is and get that approved judicially and administratively. And that's an effective cost-saving method. I think Judge Klass had a good idea, too, about being able to have better attorneys or mentioning that when you have better attorneys trying the cases, that increases the efficiency, and it's the same with our court. I thank you for the opportunity to talk to you today. I have a website, citizensforjudgemccullough.com, and a Facebook page, believe it or not, Judge McCullough. And go to either of those social media to learn more about me, and I appreciate your support this fall. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.